some food now with Michela Chiappa, and she's back with us. Oh, we cannot wait.
Dermot's been around this all morning.
Yeah, I've got to be honest.
Come on.
I haven't waited. It's delicious.
He's been sniffing around, hasn't he?
He has.
I've waited.
This is one of my favourite dishes of all time. I'm going to watch the master cook it as well.
It's a classic, OK? This is our family recipe, and the thing I love about it is, you know, if you've got a big family, it's a cheap cut of meat that we use. So we use bone chicken thighs, but you can use legs, off the bone if you prefer, skinless if you don't like the skin. But in my opinion, I mean, look at these. You've got to get the skin nice and brown, and my mum's tip for that is half and half, olive oil and butter.
Oh, OK.
It's the butter that gets it to go brown. And you know, it's the bones, it's the skin that gives this that richness, and it is a real crowd pleaser. Yeah.
So where do we start?
So in here, I've had some chicken thighs here. You can see they're lovely and brown. You don't have to cook them, you just want to get them crispy. Once they're nice and crispy, I'm actually going to only move 2 out of the way because I've got in here my sofrito. Now, sofrito is your holy grail of Italian cooking. Dermot gave me that line earlier. I'm not stealing it, I'll give the credit to you, Dermot, but it was a good line, because it is. Celery, carrot and onion, this combo is in so many Italian dishes. At the start, it's almost like they caramelise together these flavours to create the most incredible base to your cooking, OK? So these three,
what do you call it, Michela? Is it sofrito?
Sofrito it's called.
Yeah.
And my nonna used to say, slow and low for this. You know, I mean, I'm a little bit tempted when I'm cooking.
Oh, look at you there. Is that
yeah,
you?
There's my Nonna Louisa.
So this was handed down from your grandmother?
Yeah, absolutely. Most of our recipes are. Yeah, I would never... A lot of people call me a chef, and I'm like, I'm not a chef. I'm really not. I burn things all the time. I get things wrong all the time. But our style of cooking is... I don't know, it's just... We've always been in the kitchen as kids. It's just part of life in our house. And... this is kind of as simple as it comes, but what's really important about this is she used to say slow and low because they really do caramelise beautifully.
Isn't it sensational?
That is so good. Yeah.
Okay, with the chicken at the start, have you turned that up to a high heat?
I would put it on a high heat, yeah, to get it crispy, because you're not cooking the chicken at that stage. It's purely to get the texture.
And then turn it down for...
And then turn it down, yeah, and you've got these, like, slow and low. They would be caramelising, OK? I haven't got the time to do that just now.
So how long would you like to do that? I
mean, 10, 15 minutes. If you really want to do it traditionally, it's about time. It's not about expensive ingredients, it's about time. I have got a cheats version in a minute, which I'm going to tell you if you don't have time, which is usually me. But into that now, what you would do is put some lovely finely chopped rosemary. Again, classic herb in a lot of Italian cooking. Glass of red wine. OK? Oh. And this is where you want to turn the heat up just a little bit because you want to burn the alcohol off and just keep that lovely, you know, reduce it down for the flavours. So that goes in there. I am cheating a bit here because you obviously know that these veggies haven't quite had the time.
And how would you know when it's cooked?
The chicken?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, generally, if you're going to be cooking this in a lot of juice now. If it's on for 15, 20 minutes, you're good to go. I mean, the meat, I would leave this on most of the afternoon because then the meat just falls off the bone and you can literally pull the bones out, you know, for the kids.
So on a really low... You wouldn't have to put more water in there,
like... Well, what I'm going to do now is I've got some chopped tomatoes. They go in. Tomato puree. You would then add stock, or if you want to cheat, once this is nice and bubbling, crumble in a stock cube, OK? I know a lot of people think that's a bit controversial, but crumble in a stock cube. So in goes the stock, and then the juices will reduce down beautifully. Yeah. OK? And then you put lid on.
Colours.
Don't forget, I'm a big fan, you've got to season it at this stage, not at the end. Season it, keep tasting. Italian cooking, taste, taste, taste as you go. Season that, lid on, and then look at this. Ta-da! There's your finished dish.
Look at that.
Look at that. I mean, it's just magic. Yeah. The flavours and that juice. I mean, I'd serve it with nice mash, but also...
Got some lovely mash.
I'm going to show you what else to serve it with. Let me just tell you quickly about a cheats version. Now, I hate chopping. It takes... To get it really like my nonna used to, I'm there, and the kids are pulling my leg, and I'm like...
But that sofrito was so finely chopped.
It was, but if you want a cheats version, if you want to create this, and you're busy mum or busy dad, you're in the kitchen, my cheat is brown the meat, OK? All the vegetables, so carrot, onion, celery, leave it whole, top and tail it, clean it, put it in a pan with your stock, your tomatoes and your puree and boil it, OK?
Whole?
And whole. So no chopping. Right at the end, when it's nice and soft, blitz it with a handheld, and then in it goes the chicken. And do you know what? I've done it for my family. You won't really tell the difference. You're not going to get that lovely depth of flavour that you're going to get if you spend the time on it. But do you know what? For me, I get the kid. I put courgette in sometimes. I get the kids fed a lovely, nutritious meal. And for me, I would serve this with our mash, but also, this is like...
These are gorgeous.
This is my secret, hidden, roasty side recipe.
I was trying to work out what it was.
So... Savoy cabbage, finely sliced, because cabbage cut can be really bitter.
Yeah.
My kids go, oh, it's slimy. I'm going to literally, loads of olive oil, and I do this by eye. I mean, forget the quantities. Drizzle of olive oil, OK? Salt and pepper. Here we go, a bit of salt. Be generous, because this, you want to bring the flavours out. Grated parmesan and breadcrumbs. You do that, OK? Look at this, for a quick side on a roast or with this. Toss it through into the oven, 180. But you've got to get it going crispy, because look at that. I mean, this is just...
How long does
golden.
it need to be in the oven for?
I mean, I would good half an hour, you know, 180. I want it at this texture, literally, so it's almost crispy and crunchy. The kids eat this. I'm like, oh, my God, they're eating
So
amazing
good.
cabbage, and it's just tasty. And with the textures of the creamy mash...
Nice.
Oh,
180 is the guy.
Yeah,
Always trust
it
I've said
is,
it before.
180.
Always trust 180.
Yeah.
200, you're like, oh, you're burning my stuff. 160, like, are you ever going to cook?
Yeah.
180's the guy, man. You trust 180 all the time.
Magic number.
Always delivers.
Oh, I can't believe there's no onion in it.
Well, there is some onion. There
is
is.
it? Oh, right.
Yeah, because the sofrito.
No, in the
start.
cabbage.
Oh, no, in the cabbage,
Yeah,
no. It's
got an
the
onion flavour, hasn't it?
parmesan. And do you know what? Be generous with the parmesan. And when you're cooking, look how full that pan is. It's full. When it cooks, it really reduces down. And do you know what? That, for me, is a game changer for anything with meat or roast. And this is just dreamy.
Absolute
Thank
game
you,
changer
Michela.
for me as well. That is absolutely lovely. Thank you
Pleasure.
very much.
Enjoy.
Thank you. Now, for all the details of today's recipe and more delicious ideas from all our This Morning chefs, head over to our free This Morning app.